Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. I'm Michael Taylor in for Bobby Higgins, and it is October 18th. It's a Wednesday, and welcome to the program. We've got a pretty fun one for you. If you like to laugh, well, you might be in for some laughs here today. We got folks from Clown Alley Cub coming in. Debbie Spangenthal and Margot Bender are going to be here. They have their clown names. We'll introduce them a little later. And later in the program, we have Circle of Friends. It's a new club here in the village, and we're going to talk about what they're all about. We're going to talk about an old documentary about some healing powers, and maybe the Circle of Friends also talks about some healing powers and the power of positivity and those things as well. So we'll be talking about that. Let's take a look at what we have and stay informed, and it's a good one. It's board vacancy candidates. They're looking for them over at United Laguna Woods Mutual. They have one opening on the board that they need to fill. That runs through 2025. It's going to expire on the annual election when that comes up. Candidates get to pick up their applications over at the CEO's office in Laguna Woods Village Community Center. The deadline to do that is this coming Friday at 5 p.m. to get the applications and turn them in. So make sure you get them turned in if you're interested in being a board member over at United Laguna Woods Mutual. The election, they're going to hold that as a special election over in the community boardroom on October 30th. So the turnaround is going to be pretty quick, and you're going to be serving pretty quickly. If you have any questions, call the number on the bottom of that screen, 949-268-2295. Let's take a look outside. Is the fog lifted at all as we're taping this morning? My goodness, no, it was still pretty foggy. We had a fog alert actually out there, about a quarter-mile visibility all over Orange County. Later today, we're going to start with, or tomorrow, we're going to actually start with a heat advisory, and so we got some heat, we got fog, we got all sorts of different temperatures going on. It's going to clear up. It's going to be pretty sunny and nice today, 81 degrees. Then we hit the real heat starting Thursday and into Friday, 86, 84. Then we get a cool down. Fall actually starts to make a comeback starting next week, so I'm excited about the 70s that we're looking at for next week. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. You didn't see the sunrise today, but it was at 6:57. And the sunset was at 6:13. We have this beautiful photo from Jules Anderson. Can you believe that's an iPhone? I feel like they were out there with a really special one on that. That's a gorgeous shot. If you'd like to send us your gorgeous shot, you can send us places. You can send us pictures of your pets that we've been putting on lately. Go ahead and email whatever the photo is to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, like Jules did, where you took the picture, and try to send it to us horizontally. Hey, we had a request for more meetings, so we got a ton of them for you here on Wednesday. And take a look at those. When we come back, then we'll be talking to folks from Clown Alley. Stay with us.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback, but today I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
we clown around here a lot over at Village TV, and I think that today you're going to figure out why. We have the folks from Clown Alley Club, Debbie Spangenthal and Margot Bender, but we're going to go with Tootsie and Curly Q, right?
Right.
Okay,
That's
welcome
our
to the
real
program.
names.
So that's what we'll be talking. That's who we'll be talking to in costume and in character for the rest of the
Yes.
program. So tell me a little bit about yourselves. Introduce to what whole idea about Clown Alley and what you guys do.
I came here in 2018 and rented for 3 months to see if we really wanted to move here. And I met Hubcap, who is a clown. And I was very interested in it. I taught students with multiple disabilities for 32 years, and I wanted to do volunteer, but didn't really want to get back into the schools. And this was a happy medium for me. So when we moved here, it was the first thing I did was I went to clown college during COVID, so I didn't fully graduate. And Curly Q was my teacher.
Okay.
And when we moved here, again, looking for something to do, and clowning was not my thing.
Okay.
And in fact, I thought I was going to be a clown college dropout. Because it's like, no, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that. And then I didn't even drop out, and I graduated, and now I can do this, this, and this. It's something that I don't think when people start, they have any clue where they're really going to wind up in it.
Oh, yeah. Now, I met a comedian. He was doing comedian, he was doing improv, but he also went to Ringling Brothers Clown College. And I know you guys are talking about clown college, but
Yes.
this is actually a serious thing. They teach you how to do pratfalls and stunts and all sorts of tricks and the handkerchief off the sleeve kind of thing and all that, right? So it's that kind of serious business to learn the skills and
it's
techniques.
12
right?
weeks.
We have 12 weeks. We teach you first, how to be stylish.
Sure, I
with
need work.
makeup and clothing. But yes, then everybody gets exposed to different skills. You can do ballooning, you can do face painting, you can do puppets, you can do magic, we expose everybody to it, and then everybody
Right.
decides.
This is the direction I want to go. Here's what I want
Exactly.
to maybe specialize in.
And this past weekend, we went to the Orange County Firefighters Fall Festival, and two of our clowns went to learn how to do the big bubbles.
Oh,
So they
okay.
added that dimension
Okay.
to our event, and that was amazing.
That's pretty good. I've seen that where people put kids inside a bubble, or people
Yes.
say, all right, the giant setups
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
That's really a fun thing. Tell me a little bit about Clown Alley in general, the club, and what it's all about, what you guys do.
Well, we've been around for 22 years. And what we do a variety of things. And that's, I think, what people don't realize when they start. They think, oh, I'm just going to be a clown. But we really do community. Like she was saying, the Orange County Firemen's Association, this is put on for their families. There were probably 800-900 people there. The firefighters and their children.
Right.
We do Camp Pendleton once or twice a year for the soldiers. We do a big picnic. We do senior centers. We do what's called vocational visions, and that's adults
With disabilities.
with disabilities.
My favorite.
So we do, it's really community outreach. We go to Florence Sylvester, we go to El Toro Daycare. We've gone to a number of other of the senior retirement areas, and just clown around, tell
Right.
jokes, do skits, sing. It's telling the jokes like a clown.
And as our alley evolves and we get new members, everyone has a different interest. So we have a group that are now registered Red Nose Readers.
Okay.
And they go into the community to do that. And one of our members started the Jolly Jammers band. So whoever wants to be in the clown band, they can do that.
Okay.
Imagine what that sounds like.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
But we also have
Lots
a
of
group,
horns.
We also
Big
have a
horn
group
section.
of women that started taking ukulele lessons. And it's not through the alley, it's on their own. They go to different senior centers around Orange County and take ukulele lessons. So within the alley, we have these little subgroups that really attract people. So
Okay.
it's not just the community, it's We're a community within a community.
We are a community. When I first started and people said that this is going to be your friends and your family, I thought, yeah, you're that everywhere. but it is.
Well, it's a great service, you know, and I think as silly as it may seem to folks, well, you're going to clown college, you're doing this, but look at who you're making. When you make a child laugh, someone with special needs, someone who's maybe introverted, what does that do for you guys?
The very first gig that I ever did, I was like, oh, I can only make a balloon dog. I hope I can do it. This little girl walks up to me and she goes, can I give you a hug? I was, and I had no idea that was going to be how I felt about being a clown. Vocational Visions, you walk in and the first thing they say is, can I hug you?
Right.
You know, and you have to go, is hugging allowed? And it's
Right.
I think every gig we do, we all leave and go, I got so much more than I'm sure I gave. You know, you just leave saying, wow.
Even Sunday when I was doing the tattoos, this little girl just did not want to leave. Can I just have another one?
She's
I
covered
want one on my
head to toe.
legs, upper arms,
Ready to get the
on her
tattooed
legs.
lady.
You know what? But you know what? I didn't care because we were chatting. She was telling me I'm in second grade and I do this. And you know what? It's more than just putting the tattoo. It's making them feel special.
It is, and it is what you get. One girl Sunday asked me for a cheetah balloon. I'm like, a cheetah balloon? Well, sure. I have no idea. And I started twisting, and then I started putting dots on it, and I'm thinking, oh, and I hand it to her, and she goes, I love it. And I was like, oof.
I'm going to sleep with it tonight.
Don't roll over on it.
Right? She made this octopus, though,
I love
Sunday, and it
octopuses.
was just huge. And the mother looks at the daughter like, oh my God, how are we going to even get this home? But it's just, we tattooed parents. Last year when we went, I did an entire family, including a 4-month-old. The dad's like, we're all having matching tattoos. All right.
Good times, why not?
Well, as firemen, we were doing spiders on their face, and Camp Pendleton, you know. I mean, you're talking about big people.
Right, big burleys.
And it is really what you get back that I think is so surprising once you become a clown. And we hope people join our clown college in
We'll talk about-
January.
Okay, so how can people do that? How can people become a clown?
They go to clown college. It starts January 30th, and it's 12 Tuesdays, 2 hours on 12 Tuesdays in a row.
Okay.
And it's at Clubhouse 2, and they can call the phone number, our alley phone number, which I don't know.
You can look them up on the village website. You can find the
on the
information.
flyers for Clown College, there is another phone number, which is 310-877-1243.
Okay.
And that will get you direct to the dean of the college. The dean.
Curly Q.
There we go. And the village website, of course, you can find the information about the clubs there too. So.
Yes, and we're on Facebook under Laguna Woods Senior Clown Alley. They can email us at Laguna Woods Senior Clown Alley.
And there's
We're out
flyers
there.
at the clubhouses.
All right, so it's clowning around with a purpose.
There
we go.
Yes.
All right, Tootsie and Curly Q, thank you so much for joining us
Oh,
today.
thank you for
Before
having
I
us.
leave, I'd like to give you a gift card.
There we go.
wait,
there we
wait.
go.
I cooked last night.
Here's
I
my
cooked, and there's a brownie.
brownie. I got a brownie, and
And I have a brownie
and I got a
gift card.
Gift card, because there's a bone. There we go. You guys are good. You guys are good. Thanks
Thank
for joining
you.
us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Circle of Friends, a new club here in the village. Stay with us.
You have the health that you want to have? If your answer is no, this is for you.
There's a lot of false hope for sale. Diets, supplements, medication, and they all work for a minute. But the root cause of most health challenges is chronic dehydrations, and you can reverse it with this breakthrough science. To super spike your metabolism, optimize your organs, and give you back the vitality and energy that you truly desire.
From 211 pounds to 174 pounds. Your system is so doable and it works.
Getting hydrated at the cellular level can cause you to be the healthiest you've ever been. Log on to our website, energizehealth.com, and watch documented testimonials, many of them by medical doctors.
I feel like I owe you my life. I'm taking no diabetes medicine.
So log on to our website at energizedhealth.com. That's energizedhealth.com.
All great healthcare organizations care, but the best dare to reach higher. At Hoag, we lead with life-saving clinical trials and advanced therapies. Our world-renowned specialists innovate with state-of-the-art technologies like virtual reality and robotics. Hoag is the #1 hospital in Orange County 4 years in a row. Now, more than ever, your healthcare choices matter. Choose Hoag.
Laguna Woods Dental Care, our goal is to serve and provide dental services to the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is currently specializing in senior dental care from USC Dental School and has been serving the Laguna Woods community for over 16 years. At Laguna Woods Dental, our top priority is your overall wellness, ensuring your current medications do not affect your oral health. We offer a convenient plan for $250 a year that includes exam, x-rays, and all types of cleanings are covered. Our office is located right outside of gate number 3. Come book your appointment today.
We just talked about the healing power of laughter, and we're going to talk about another kind of healing here with our Circle of Friends Club member, Esther Wright. Thanks for joining us. So tell me a little bit about what the Circle of Friends Club is all about for folks who don't know about it. It's a pretty new club, right?
Oh, no, actually, we've been existence here for 8 years.
Oh, 8 years, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 8 years. No, it's okay. And many of the people in our group have been with us from the very beginning. Their lives have improved and changed, and so they stay with us, and they're like my family, like my extended family. And the Circle of Friends is a nonprofit international organization focused on spiritual healing. And, you know, when I was coming to Southern California, I was living in Portland leading a group, and I'm a volunteer. I don't get paid, I'm a volunteer. And everyone is a volunteer in the Circle of Friends. But anyway, I was in Portland living there, and I came here to visit my dad, and I realized, look at all the people that live here that are dealing with difficulties, health difficulties, financial difficulties, and so on. I said, this would be the perfect place to start a Circle of Friends. So in my living room, in the condo that I purchased over near Gate 7, we've started meeting. And people really got the message. In fact, we showed this film that I'll be talking about, and that was how many of the people got introduced to the Circle of Friends.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about, like, in general, what you feel like the power of healing is all about, and healing emotionally, healing physically, and,
Yes.
and all of those things.
Yes. So, you know, nobody wants to be in pain. Nobody wants to suffer. Nobody wants to struggle. And it seems like there seems to be a lot of that happening in the world right now. And as we age, I happen to be 82. I don't believe that, but I am. But, but I realize that when people get to be in their 70s and 80s, they frequently have physical issues or emotional issues, or their partner passes away, or they don't have enough money to pay for their mortgage. So people suffer, and they suffer because they don't sometimes know what to do about it. So what I have discovered is that there is a resource available to us 24/7, and it's Bruno Groening, who's the person I'm going to be speaking about, and the film is about Bruno Groening. I'll be talking about the film in a minute. But what I've discovered after being involved with this for 17 years as a volunteer is that I really like the fact that there are no requirements. There's no money required. We have no membership fees. Bruno himself would never accept money from people who he healed. He healed thousands of people, but he would never accept money because he said, God is actually healing you. So our group is not a religious group, it's a spiritual group, and that's different. In fact, the Circle of Friends is interesting in that we have all faiths represented in the group. We have Christians, Jews, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, they're all part of our group.
Right. And so it's not so much a structure of an organized religion,
No.
but just really kind of the belief in the power of healing and the spirituality of
That's
that,
right.
And so talk to us about Bruno. He was around in the 40s and 50s,
That's right.
and he was doing his work. Tell us a little about the film and what it's all about and who he was.
So the film is about his life. It's the story of Bruno's life. And Bruno was brought to the world, he felt, to bring people closer to God. And he was very connected to God, very powerfully connected to God. And he wanted people in Germany at the end of the war to reconnect with God. He felt that they had lost their sense of connection to God. So he believed that by having people come together and be healed just by being in his presence, he didn't have to do anything. He would just stand on a balcony or talk with them, and people who were deaf, blind, unable to walk would be healed spontaneously. And no one could kind of understand how that could happen because spiritual healing wasn't a popular topic at the time. But the fact is, Bruno had these extraordinary gifts. And he was a very humble man. He was not medically trained. He did not have university training. But he would have 20 or 30,000 people show up. There were no computers in the 40s and 50s, but people, word of mouth, people would hear about a neighbor, a friend, a family member who couldn't hear, couldn't see, couldn't walk, and they would spend, an hour or two with Bruno in a group like this, and they would be healed. And he had teachings that were very interesting, and we share those teachings with people. And in the film, you get a chance to actually witness almost 50 people who were healed during the time that Bruno was alive. He's no longer alive. However, they took this film so that people who were in his presence and healed, like there's a guy in the film, he's my favorite testimonial. He had 4th stage cancer, stomach cancer, and he was told by his physicians that he would only live a few more months. And then when they're filming him, he's in his 70s. He's outlived all the doctors who predicted his death. And you can't help but be impressed because this is a man who's got tears in his eyes, and he's sharing how grateful he is for his life and the fact that Bruno and God were there for him. And so we have a film coming on October 27th. It's a lengthy film, and in fact, if you notice the time, some people are going to wonder, well, 12 to 6, which is why we're offering food, because for free, free food, and that's a big thing in Laguna Woods. People like myself like to eat, but the fact is, we have done this film before, and we realized we need to have breaks, and we need to have food, and we need to have people available to answer questions.
Right.
So it's from 12 to 6 because it's shown in 3 parts that day. And it's the story of Bruno's life, and you have all these witnesses and testimonials sharing their stories.
Now, we have witness and testimonies, and I don't mean to cast any dispersions Bruno's way, but obviously those are things that a lot of false prophets have been around in the day, a lot of false healers and people who say, send us your money. I know, you, like you say, you don't take money, but send us your money and God will heal you and those kinds of things. How was it documented? Do you know what the kind of documentation of people?
Wonderful question. So we don't talk about our illness or our problems in the meeting. It's not allowed. That's, we have no real restrictions because Bruno believed that we were given free will for a reason. But there's one thing that we very strongly emphasize, which was Bruno's idea. You don't talk about your condition, you don't worry, you don't complain, and you're not fearful. And if you want it taken from you, you have to be willing to let it go. Okay. So we don't talk about it until it's healed. So in our meetings, one of the sections every time, but we meet every 3 weeks, is people coming to the front of the room and sharing their healings. And I can give you an example. And then we have 4,000.
We're running out a little bit of time, so I want to recap the movie, when, where, one more time before we go.
Okay, so it's Friday, October 27th. That's the only day we were able to get a room. And it's from 12 to 6 with breaks. And there'll be people there who are in the circle of friends who can talk to people and share their stories, who are neighbors. And I'll just tell you that people who come to the film have had healings from watching the film. I know it means it's hard to believe. We don't promise it. We don't guarantee it.
There we go.
But we also have 4,000 physicians around the country who ask for documentation for people's healings. And I will tell you something amazing. In our group here in Laguna Woods, 2 of our members are MDs. We have 2 members in our group who are medical doctors, and they're in our group.
Well, Esther Wright from the Circle of Friends Club, thank you very much. I hope you have success at the filming.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
We come back, we're going to preview Saturday and Friday's movies. Stay with us. Welcome back. Want to check the weekend movies real quick, a little preview of that. On Friday, we got Miss Minerva, 1942, with Greer Garson, and that's brought to us by Pacific Financial. Going to be at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., and that is the story of how the life of an unassuming British housewife in rural England is affected by World War II. So that should be a good one to watch. And then on Saturday, we have The Bank of Dave, and that's actually the true story, real life experience of Dave Fishwick. It follows his story of a working-class man and self-made millionaire who tried to set up a community bank in his own town to help people thrive and help give loans to people who were in need, and the story of how he had to fight the whole banking system that doesn't want to issue licenses to folks like him. So that's going to be a good one. Radnet's bringing us that one, and that's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without. Quick check of the weather before we head out here. It's going to be warm. It's going to be really warm starting tomorrow and Friday. That's going to be our hottest days of the week. And then we got some cooling as we head into the weekend and the rest of the week. So enjoy the cooler temperatures this weekend. Watch out for them on Thursday and Friday. What else can I say? That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For everyone here at Village Television, thanks for joining us.
Welcome to OCI Care, Laguna Woods' premier laser and premium cataract surgery center with Dr. Vyas.
I just wanted my cataracts removed. It was pain-free. I was so impressed because I was so frightened to have it done. After surgery, I was able to use my eyes immediately. It was a miracle, really.
It's just been wonderful to be able to see everything, not having to wear glasses. It's even better, actually, than he said it was going to be because I saw instantly.
So one of the important things to note, the main difference between male and female breast cancer, is the time of presentation for men. Stage for stage, the diseases are the same. However, if you present later, there's a greater risk that the disease will spread. So one of the most important things I tell all my patients, but especially my male patients, is that as soon as you notice the lump, you need to present to your physician for further evaluation.